Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller, the podcast. I'm joined by Seth.
Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for finding us on the internet.
Now, these shows originally aired on Brookings Radio, but now they're all here for your enjoyment. I hope you like it.
There you go. Sit back, enjoy the show, relax. Let us know if you want to see anything on future shows. As we said, this comes out live in the Brookings area, but enjoy this archive episode.
Beer Untapped with Perry Miller.
Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. This week, it's Oktoberfest time, and we'll have some big news from Wooden Legs and more.
Stand and sing, I'm Prosit. Oktoberfest is here.
It's a full-on celebration of German-style beer and food this Saturday, October 4th at Pints and Quarts in Brookings.
We're going to have a lot of special beers. We're going to have a Firkin from Central Waters, homebrew contest, a giant pretzel eating contest. You thinking big pretzel, size of a sheet of paper. This one's about the size of the Oktoberfest posters that you see downtown. They're huge. Live music from Kyle Knutson in the start, and then a DJ later.
And Brennan Sully Sullivan says they'll also have several Oktoberfest-style beers for you to try out.
Have Oktoberfest from Odell, Cottonwood Spot, and then a whole bunch of other ones that we'll get out there.
Lori Sullivan says the homebrew contest was awesome last year. She expects the same this year.
We had great participation in our homebrew contest where I was floored as to the number of people that participated in that, and I think it went really great. Some other contests that we're going to be doing is a bearded contest, and the pretzel eating contest I'm looking forward to because our own in-house baker, Cottlestone, Sam Hogstead, makes all of our pretzels, and they're delicious. And other good food we'll be having is brats, some house-made schnitzel. And so not only will we have great beer, but we'll have some good food as well.
By the way, tomorrow, October 2nd, the deadline to enter that homebrew competition. Lori says there's no entry fee for Oktoberfest.
We're looking at having a punch card, a couple of different levels to get in on. $20 gets you 10 samples of beer. How many ounces is that, hun?
Big samples, 5 ounces.
And you're not limited to what you want to try. If you don't like a specific style, then you don't have to try it if you don't want to. It gives people that are new to the craft scene also a chance to try a lot of different beers and find something they may like.
The Mike Tap Handle Beer of the Week from Pints and Quarts is from Central Waters and fits right in.
The Mike Handle Beer of the Week this week is Central Waters Oktoberfest. It's a little bit more of an American-style Oktoberfest than your typical lighter Oktoberfest, like your Spattens and things like that. It's a nice amber color, and it's got just a hint of sweetness, and it is really, really smooth. I wouldn't expect anything else from them, though.
Coming up in part 2 of Beer Untapped, big news from Wooden Legs Brewing of Brookings.
Ein Prosit, der Gemütlichkeit.
Welcome back to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. For the first time ever, there will be a special Hobo Day beer this year, and Seth Cook of Wooden Legs Brewing of Brookings says the Hobo Day committee came to him about 8 months ago.
The Hobo committee had said, let's see if we can get local businesses even more involved with the biggest day in South Dakota. And our name had come up, and they said, let's see if Wooden Legs Brewing Company would do a commemorative beer for the Hobo Day. And as a Jackrabbit fan and alumni, absolutely. This is a date I always have circled on the calendar, and I'd love to be part of it. So we started talking. I said, okay, we can brew it at the pub there, and we can serve it at the pub. And, I'd love to do this. We've done this with other local businesses. And the Hobo Day committee actually kind of pushed me a little, and they said, let's think bigger than that. Let's find a way to take Brookings and deliver a little bit of Brookings to the places and the people that can't get to Brookings on that day.
So here's maybe the coolest part. Hobo Brew will be tapped at locations around the state on Hobo Day, October 25th.
But at least 20 places throughout the state of South Dakota that are recognized not only for their love of local beers and local goods, but also for their love of the local team, the Jackrabbits. So we've got bars lined up in Spearfish, in Rapid City, in Custer, in Pierre, in Yankton, in Aberdeen, in Sioux Falls, and all of these bars have signed on to be the official home of the Hobo Brew And they've all assured us that it will not be tapped until the morning of Hobo Day, sometime during the parade.
Hobo Brew, a cream ale they've been perfecting and brewing over the past several months as Wild Hair. In addition to the statewide release of Hobo Brew, they're lining up a very special event at the pub for that day.
Not only are we going to take Brookings to South Dakota, but we wanted to bring South Dakota to the brewery. So our head pub keep, Angela, has been working diligently with all of the breweries in South Dakota, even the ones that aren't fully distributing yet. And we've been working with our distributors to get it all sorted out that all of our tap lines on Hobo Day will be beers made in South Dakota. So we'll begin getting beers from Rapid and Custer and Spearfish, beers from Sioux Falls. There's a number of breweries that we're still working with that this would be the first keg they've ever sent outside of their brewery. So this definitely will be the first time for this. And as I said, all traditions start with one step, and I would really hope that we can continue to do this.
Finally, today you can celebrate Oktoberfest anytime you want with some of these excellent beers at Brookings Liquor Store. Drew Eklund is our beer guide.
It's a style that everyone can appreciate, whether you're into craft beer or not. We already talked about my favorite, Einger's Oktoberfest. Excellent bomber. $2.99. It's very complex for the style. The next one is new to us. It's from Goose Island. $8.75 for the 6-pack. It's malty, dry apricot flavor. It's got a nice creamy carbonation to it. And it's hard to separate from the pack, I think. There are so many different Oktoberfests to choose from, and they're all pretty similar. I mean, same style. But Goose Island does a pretty good job of separating a bit, I think. The next is another from Germany, Beck's. It's lighter than most Oktoberfests. It's got a good caramel flavor to it, but it has a nice balance of spicy hops as well. The next is a Minnesota beer from Summit. Semi-sweet malty bread flavors, spices, a slight hop presence, more so than shells, I would say. The alcohol is very well hidden. I'd say it's up there with Goose Island as one of the more complex Oktoberfests that I've had.
And they have several other Oktoberfests at Brookings Liquor Store, including those from Shell's, Central Waters, Empyrean, Sam Adams. And if you want, you can always put together a mixed 6-pack of several of those. That's it for this week's Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Next week, we take a look at some of the other wonderful fall beers. Until then, check us out online at brookingsradio.com and on Facebook. Drink local and drink responsibly.
Thank you for listening to this archived edition of Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Feel free to listen to other episodes, and if there's anything you'd like us to talk about on a future show, please let us know. Thanks again.